Good afternoon, this is Sheila from mycardstockcreations.com, and I'm here to show you a video of this. It's a junk journal mini album, and sadly I was in a swap, and the lady that wanted to swap with me, she never got back in touch with me, and so if you're interested and you would like to swap, you can let me know. I'm gonna have in the comments down below my Facebook page, and you can comment, get in touch with me through Messenger if you'd like to swap for this. The album is, I believe, 6x9. Let me see. Yep, 6x9, and it's 2-inch spine. As I said, it's a mini album, somewhat a mini album plus a junk journal, and there's 2 signatures, and I had to actually remove a couple of the pages because I went crazy adding ephemera and things in there, and it got too bulky and I really didn't like the look of it. So actually I call this my Humminbird junk journal mini album. The person who I was gonna swap with, she said that she liked things like gardens and hummingbirds, so that's how the cover came about. I have some hummingbirds. This piece, I actually got the image offline and uploaded it to my Cricut and cut the pieces out, and I actually cut several pieces so that I can glue them on top of each other to raise them up. And then on this one, I cut the first layer is made out of cork, of sheet of cork, which I thought was a really cool effect, and I didn't know if I could cut it out in my Cricut, but it worked. And then I have a couple of burlap flowers that I bought at I think it was Michael's. And then I have some wood pieces here on the corners. Those were gifted to me. And then my other flowers, I made some flowers out of corrugated cardboard, and I inked them, and I added some of these old buttons that I had gotten. I can't even remember where I got those buttons from. And then I also went ahead and cut up some lace, and I made flowers out of the lace. This lace I actually bought at a flea market. They actually came in rolls like this, and I paid $2, not $3. They actually were $2 a piece. And one of them, this one, has a retail price of $30. So, and this was way back when they came out. So whoever had it before charged $30 because it's vintage. And I was lucky enough to get them for $2 a piece. So that's where those flowers came from. Forever Dream came a sheet of, I think you get them, I want to say they were from Tim Holtz, I believe, a whole sheet of all different sayings on it, and that's what I put on here. Okay, so now I have it closed with a piece of lace, and then open it up. So on the front cover, there's actually 4 pockets. There's one large pocket here with a large tag. And this actually came from an old magazine that I purchased a while back. And then this is a piece of ledger paper. Everything is coffee dyed, all my pages. And then each pocket here has a tag with, I did a button for just a little pull thing. This is also paper from one of my old magazines, and I just put some black cardstock on the back. And there's some more. This paper actually came from an old notebook that I had purchased, and they had a whole bunch of this paper in there. And I love how the coffee just Oh, I can't believe. All I do is spray my papers. I don't do anything fancy. And this is how this one came out. And then this is just a piece of cardstock that I inked. And then another tag from another piece of paper from the magazine. And then this is another page from the magazine. And I got some tissue paper back here. So that's that. Okay, so now the first signature. These actually come out. I'm going to take this one out so you can see what I mean. I made it so that if you fill this up, the person could take it out and add some new pages if they wanted to continue to use the book. So this actually moves, and the cover, I did not attach it to this in case they want to keep the cover in there. And this is made with just some craft cardstock. And on the inside, I took some more pages from the magazines that I have and glued them in here. And then this background is actually a cork sheet that I got in a package. They come something like this. And it's actually for picture frames, to put in picture frames, but I use it for backgrounds. And they have some really nice things in here. And I got this from Tuesday Morning, the last time I was there. So that's where this came from. And then behind that I got some yellow cardstock. And then this came from a friend of mine gave me a whole bunch of paper, and this was one of the tag things that was in it. And I actually took this apart and put a piece of foam board behind it to raise it up. And then there's another one of the hummingbirds, a button, and one of the burlap flowers. This tag came from, I believe this was from Rhonda, from another swap. It has a tag in there. Okay, so now this is a piece of wax paper that I actually laid down and put my paper on and spray it, and then I figured I'd use it. Why throw it away? There's another piece of that real nice paper. It takes the coffee really well. This tag here was from Rhonda, and she added this little angel pin, made a pocket out of it. And then there's a piece of that ledger paper. And like I said, I had to take a couple pages out of here because it was getting so bulky. This pocket is also from Rhonda. She made it. I thought it was really cute how she layered it. And then there's a couple of picture tags in there. I'm hoping I'm in frame here. Just a piece of paper. I just glued it and folded it. I believe this paper was some line paper, old line paper, and when I sprayed it, all the lines disappeared. That was really weird. And this is, I believe, some, what do you call that paper? Oh my goodness. Like the writing paper, real fancy writing paper, some more ledger paper. Here's another little piece of, graph paper, another little tag with this fuzzy thing on it that came from my friend Rhonda also. She knew I was doing a junk journal, so when we did our swap, she sent me a lot of cute things so I could add to my junk journal. This came from a real old magazine. I did not spray this. This is how it is. It's really fragile too, so you got to be careful. I took a white lunch bag. I sprayed it with the coffee, folded it in half, and added a few things in this pocket. Let's see, this is some graph paper, and I inked it and also sprayed it. And then this is just some really, this was tissue paper, so I just inked it. I figured they can do something with it. This map came from a Russian book. I think it was Russian. or Italy or France or something. It's a book about the country, and then there was maps in it. On this side, I cut a slit at the bottom and just added a few more tags. There's just a little piece of paper. This heart, I have a whole thing of note paper. They're hot. It took the ink and coffee really well. I have that in there. Oops. Another piece, that's the other side of that paper. This is all the other opposite side. I made a pocket out of a piece of old paper and just stuck some things in here. There's a couple of these flowers, and a little tag, and so you see I did a lot of nice work in here, and that person's gonna miss out now because I don't know why she just didn't follow through, but I'm just happy I didn't send it to her. I would have been very upset because I worked really hard. Here's just like a little book. These came from Rhonda too, I believe. This, she had painted a whole bunch of magazine pages, and I just cut a piece and made this little pocket and added a button. Alright, so that's that. Whoops, that's that signature. And then here's the second signature, decorated pretty much like the first one, the cover. Another magazine page, and you can see the date, May 31st, 1930. That's how old that magazine is. I got a whole bag of magazines, maybe like 25 magazines, for like $5. The guy just wanted to get rid of it. And back then I wasn't doing journals. I just loved the old stuff. I'm so happy I bought it now. So now here's another one of those pockets I made. This is just like a ticket thing. I don't know, even remember where I got this, but it's kind of old looking, so I stuck that in there. Another little paper clip thing that I got from Rhonda. By the way, Rhonda, she has a Facebook page. It's called Art Z. That's ARTZ, capital Z, Mixed Media Fun. And it's a really fun group, and we do a lot of nice things on there. This is just a card that I got from a pack of, I think it was like 24. They come in a pack. Stuck that in there. Just a little doodaddy tag down here for a tuck spot, and here's some more of that paper. Here I used a coffee filter. My first time trying that, I just folded it in half, and you can use it as a tuck spot. And here's just another little one of those tags. This paper is graph paper, and I inked it also. And then here's some more. And this is another tag I got from Rhonda. Another piece of paper. Here I took a paper, what do you call it, die cut, and I folded it in half just to make a little tuck spot. Here's another one of those map things from the book. This came from Rhonda too. So whoever wants this, is interested, I could say it's from me and Rhonda, because I used a lot of her stuff that she sent me. I just added a flower here to use as a tuck spot, and added a couple pieces of paper. I just tied this string here onto a paper clip, and then I added a piece of lace, and I think that actually got stuck there. Some more of that paper. I love how the coffee took to that paper. Here's another, this tag used to smell like cinnamon, but they no longer do because I've had them for a couple years. And I bought a pack of 50, I think it was 50 or 100. I only have a few left. And then here's another tag from Rhonda. And then another paper bag. And I just have this envelope thing with a whole bunch of things inside the envelope. And then here's another little tag. Actually, I think this came from Rhonda. We did an alphabet memory dex card thing, and I think I just cut it up and used that. And then there's just some paper here and a couple of these tags, the backgrounds, mats, photo mats. Alright. Then I just glued a flower die cut. I stapled one over here, and I just added these cute little things. These I think are actually iron-ons that I found. That's one thing I haven't tried yet, like iron-on paper or even sewing. I have an extra sewing machine, and I haven't even tried to use it yet for junk journaling. And I guess these pages I left blank because, like I said, it was getting too thick. So on the back is my signature waterfall pocket. A lot of people like to do waterfalls, which I think are really awesome, but I went one step further and I turned mine into pockets. So there's tags in there. There's plenty of space for photos and pictures. There's 5 of them. I think there's 5, yes. And then under that, there's this other pocket, which I got from Rhonda. I just glued it there, stuck a tag. This was stuck in it anyway. This Humminbird, I actually found somewhere, so I just stuck it in here. And so that's it. And of course, there's another big tag behind here. I'm not going to pull it out. So that's this album. If you're interested in swapping for it, if you want to create an album of your own, and if it's if you want to swap, you can go to, I'm going to have a link to my Facebook page. You can go there, and I appreciate if you would take pictures of your album. You don't have to take every page, but I want to make sure I worked really hard on this album, and I want to make sure if someone wants to trade with me, it's going to be at least equal to what I'm sending, because, you know, it's only fair. And I could try selling it, but I really don't want to sell it. I'd rather trade it for someone that will appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I will have a link to my pages down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I am going to try to start uploading more videos, because I'm all caught up on my other things, and so I'll have more time for teaching and things like that. So you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.